Thanks for tuning in to my official YouTube channel. I'm Reverend MeeLing. Been known by a few different names. Reverend MeeLing, Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle, or just a few names. So, I'm officially in Washington State now, on my way to go pick up my two biggest pieces from my Medal of Honor art project. And so, I'm going to go over a few different points. So, whatchamacallit, there was this guy I knew. I've known a few individuals. So, this guy I knew, I met him at a photo shoot with some individuals who were like family to me. And it was the Olympus photo shoot. And I was Aphrodite in the photo shoot. And whatchamacallit, in that photo shoot, the guy who played, what was his role? He was the one with the firearms. I can't remember who he was as far as specifics and the name aspect, but his name being Rick, as far as I knew. So there was a point in time I was speaking with him on the phone when I was in Washington State, and at the Lakewood rental house. And he was telling me about some female he started dating, her name being Ubi. U as in uniform, B as in Bravo, B as in Bravo, I as in Indigo. And, or Uzi. U is in uniform, Z is in Zulu, Z is in Zulu, I is in Indigo. Whichever one it was. Anyway, she supposedly was married to some guy, and they had an open relationship or something, whatever it was. And basically her husband had some issue that he couldn't be with her or something, and so she wouldn't, some weird thing. Anyway, okay, there are different situations, I'm not judging, and so Rick had wanted me to speak with her to get to know her, because the female that I had met he was with had been at the Olympian photo shoot near Killeen, and so in Texas. It was in 2012, I think. And so at some point later, it wasn't immediately, it wasn't until I think it was a couple weeks later that I learned that he worked for a radio station. Had no idea at the time. And just talked about a bunch of different things. And one of the things discussed between both Rick and I, and then his girlfriend at the time, had been in reference to what happened to my daughter because of McCoy Elementary School. I had told him that I hoped a bunch of things. And, it just was an odd little thought that I had remembered. And then the girlfriend, Ubi or Uzi or whatever her name was, she had said that she worked at a law firm. I was like, oh, cool. Do you think that she could, help in that regard? And so I sent her the first two books, because she said that she was either a paralegal or an actual lawyer. And so it was one of those, well, I want to make sure that things are taken care of. So I sent them those 2 books, meaning her for the law firm. And then I didn't hear back from her after that. Nor did I hear back from Rick. However, I didn't hear from Rick until after I had published the first 2 books. He had contacted the guys who are like family to me to get that information. So, that being said, I knew another guy who, he didn't take too kindly to the fact that during the dating portion, I would not go to that next level until I felt comfortable. Because I was dating both him and his wife. And his wife had certain issues with prior situations, so I was being extremely cautious in that regard. And I had discussed this in prior official YouTube channel of mine videos, where he got extremely upset because he thought that somebody else would choose, and it was like, no, I'm the one who has the final say as to whether or not I go that route. And I don't know what you think, but I'm not some goat that you're just gonna get away with doing certain things in that regard. And so he had been in the Air Force at one point in time before working for Boeing. And, whatchamacallit, at least that's what he said. Anyway, he, had thrown a fit one day because I had posted a picture of him, his wife, and I together. We were at SeaWorld. And, it's like, oh, you should put this hat on for the picture or whatever. No big deal. Whatever. Well, because of the Boeing logo, because you can't just buy a Boeing hat, like, anywhere. He freaked out that I had posted the picture, partially because of that, and then partially because of being embarrassed to be seen with me. And then later getting upset that I wouldn't sleep with him. I don't know. Is there a correlation in other regards to that? Hypothetically? And so, but the point being, he had said he was in the Air Force, and he didn't graduate basic training for the Air Force because he had a knee injury. And, whatchamacallit, you know, I told him he still at least tried. And, he didn't want to accept that. He also had other issues with certain people in the San Antonio community. He worked over at Kelly Air Force Base. And the reason why I bring it up as far as both of those 2 guys is their voices just seem similar on the phone. And the additional aspect of a few other things in regards to, you know, biblical scriptures of a few different points. And so there had been some issues after I ended the relationship with Joey and Meg Estes. And, you know, I gave them space, literally and figuratively, in regards to the only place that they essentially went to for lifestyle events. I took a break for a month because I was like, okay, that'll give them time to get over things because I did not have the time or the patience for quite a bit of things. And so it wasn't like I hadn't already been going to events throughout the state of Texas. So, you know, it had been like, there were a couple events that were only once a month anyway. So went to go there in San Marcos, and then other events, because I had been involved with the lifestyle in San Antonio first, then Dallas, then in Austin, from essentially the Round Rock area through Austin to San Marcos, as far as like specific events that I had gone to. And so I was like, okay, you know, I'll be respectful because someone was being a whiny temper tantrum about certain things. So, okay, I'll take a step back. You know, it's not like, again, it's not as though I didn't go to events well before meeting them for years, and they were new to the lifestyle. So I figured, you know, I'll give that space, I'll give that time. I'm not gonna, you know, force certain things unlike others. And so, Joey had seen the issues when it came to my problems with technology. I had discussed that with both Joey and Meg and stuff like that. I had gotten a new, either one or two new laptops during that time. And, whatchamacallit, he, just as similar to Discordia, or Erica, also known as Erica, the one who had stolen the garden gnomes, got along really well. And at the event months later, or whatever, when it came to like the 4th of July, Discordia, also known as Erica, came up to me and told me to stop rubbing my happiness and waving it around in front of Joey and Meg. That was one of those, so you don't want me to enjoy myself because of a relationship that's been over for several months at that point. And she was like, yes. First off, I didn't even know they were there. So, can't really be rubbing my happiness into somebody's face not knowing they're even there. Second, you know, I guess maybe I'm a little bit weird because, you know, when I say, you know, hoping for the best and, you know, to try to actually, like, be friends and that stuff, I can only tell the truth. Maybe that's because of my head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000 and the after effects, though I was that way before my head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000. So, when I had actually, like, said it, I meant it. I'm not one of those people who do the lip service sort of garbage. And so, you know, a bunch of drama essentially occurred because, you know, how dare I have fun at a 4th of July party? Yeah. And so, you know, there were the similarities there. And then the fact that, you know, Joey and Meg had only gone to events in San Antonio, and at the time, there were two main places that you could go to. And so, I had been involved with them well before Joey and Meg had ever been involved. And so, there were a few events that I had gone to that people had asked me questions, and I had said, what happened is what happened. It's none of your business. And I was, well, I heard this and I heard that. Well, you know what? If you heard that, that's what you heard in comparison to what actually had happened. So, I wasn't dating you, correct? And then they'd say yes, and I'd say, okay. So it's none of your business then, correct? And then they'd make whatever excuse as far as they wanting to know certain things, and it was, I don't care. I don't have to explain anything to you. So if Joey and Meg ran their mouths to you, and you want to know one way or another, well, everything that you've told me you heard from them, I am unable to verify that to you because that didn't happen. So, other than that, the rest of it is none of your business. And then they'd get upset, and I don't care. I don't have to answer to you. I don't know who you think you are, but you're not in charge of me. So, well, I want to find out for Joey and Meg. Oh, so you're stirring up problems. Well, no. Just wanting, no. That's exactly what you're doing, is stirring up problems. We're adults, right? We're out of middle school. We're out of high school. We're adults, right? Yes? Okay. Let's act like it. Which apparently offended some people. It was one of those, well, excuse me for not discussing things with people that it has nothing to do with. However, since I wound up in Washington State, it is well known that I have my issues with technology. The aspects of Joey not having graduated Air Force basic training, as well as, you know, the temper tantrums in other regards. And then, you know, well, an enlisted soldier and or individuals that didn't have direct experience with certain aspects would automatically, I guesstimate, assume, or at least think, because I thought that that was where officers went for basic training. I didn't realize it was only enlisted who goes to Lackland Air Force Base for basic training. And since Joey Estes had wanted to attempt to dominate me, it was one of those, I don't think so. That's not gonna happen. I am how I am. And, no. Aside from the fact that he couldn't even handle certain other things, it was one of those, I don't think so. And, you know, not saying that pegging is a specific one-way aspect of dominance, but I will say that I pegged him. Those who understand that, you know what that means. And so, well before ever discussing the other aspects of furthering that part of the relationship that didn't go anywhere in that regard at all. And so, if there were other aspects in regards to, you know, the airplane mechanic school, as far as my now ex-boyfriend, and or the fact that I don't necessarily, I mean, I do, and I have discussed specific aspects of my life. However, when it comes to relationships, before what occurred to my Medal of Honor art project, unless I felt and the individual
in 2 miles,
dating
exit 179 for I-82 west toward Umatilla,
agreed that particular relationship was not publicized for everybody to get their nose involved with it, because it wasn't theirs to get involved with anyway. And so if there were certain individuals who had thrown a temper tantrum because I had later on moved on. I mean, I moved on initially, but, you know, started getting involved with someone, so on and so forth, but I didn't publicize it. I didn't put it all out there. Some individuals threw a temper tantrum and decided that they wanted to get involved with something that wasn't theirs to get involved with to begin with. That particular individual that I had gotten involved with, I just don't see him not throwing a temper tantrum at some point if he were to put together that other people had stuck their nose where it didn't belong. I don't see him taking that too well. I know I'm not taking it well. I'm dealing with it now that I've realized it. However, not happy about it, obviously. And so, you know, unlike certain individuals, I don't play games with other people's lives. And, you know, I mean, Joey and Meg, they had 3 children or 2 children. Shouldn't they have been more focused on their children instead of a relationship that didn't work out? One would think. However, there was also the issues in regards to Joey and Meg lived in a neighborhood that was nearby Christine and Mike's house from the Jade Wolf Coven, off of, ironically, 151 and 410. You know, that whole Cactus Jack thing, also known as Jeffrey Kirkendall Jr., with the 151 Road Warriors. Just some weird oddities. By a lot. I could be wrong. I could just be hypothetically, you know, thinking in hypotheticals. However, I also didn't do the drama thing when it came to the lifestyle. Number one, as I said, because, you know, everybody's supposed to be an adult. And then number two, with what I was dealing with at the time, I didn't have time or patience at all whatsoever for anything that was not that important in the short or the long term. So little drama, click sort of things were not nearly as important as what I needed to take care of. And so there was someone I spoke with before going on my trip who had discussed some TV shows, because I had asked him about my ex-sisters-in-law being really into the TV show Dallas. And then he had brought up certain things in regards to, what was it, Melrose Place, and some numbers or a zip code of something. that sort of like relationship drama sort of thing, I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a child. So, or probably, well, obviously into teenage years, I wasn't allowed to watch that sort of stuff. So I don't know if that had to do with certain individuals and how they view different aspects in life. However, that just wasn't something I was into. I liked Home Improvement. I liked that show a lot, along with Sailor Moon. The Cosby Show. I really liked The Cosby Show. And I would sneak, just like I would sneak to be able to watch Sailor Moon, I would sneak to be able to watch In Living Color and Mad TV, because those shows were so funny. I really enjoyed In Living Color a lot. And then Mad TV as well. I'd have to ninja to be able to see those two shows. Just like Sailor Moon, having to ninja to see that. But unlike Sailor Moon, I had to not be able to laugh a whole bunch, or at least audibly. Because, In Living Color and Mad TV, yeah, that was so different. I had to put, those were my shows that I liked when growing up. Those were good TV shows and extremely relatable in so many ways. And I got in trouble one time when I got caught watching those two different TV shows. Anna caught me watching them. You don't need to watch that. Really? I was not allowed to watch Married with Children, although I thought that would probably be a funny TV show. Didn't get to watch it though. But yeah. The three television shows that I would have to ninja to watch. Sailor Moon, cartoon. Yeah, I had to ninja to watch that. And then In Living Color and Mad TV. Some funny shows. I know I'm not the only one who finds those or found those shows to be funny and hilarious. Especially the Wayans family. Oh man. Awesome. That was the most difficult to not laugh loudly with a whole bunch of stuff. It's just so funny. It's just fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to end this particular official YouTube video on that. You guys comment, like, share, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel, Reverend MeeLing. You guys have a good one.